Well, just when you think Nebraska might break a 10-year drought against Wisconsin, the Badgers pull it out. The Huskers relent late. 15-14. Wisconsin beats Nebraska on a cold, blustery senior day in a season that people will not remember for much more than Scott Frost being fired. But man, Nebraska had a chance today. They led 14-3 going into the fourth quarter, had done so many things right on defense, fought their guts out. The special teams had done well. The Huskers did enough on offense, used Wisconsin's mistakes against it, and they had an 11-point lead late. But Wisconsin kept running the ball and running the ball and running the ball and running the ball. Then they hit two passes. One of them was from Graham Mertz to Skylar Bell for an 11-yard touchdown. The other was a wheel route from Graham Mertz to Isaac Garendo down the field against Javen Wright. That set up the final touchdown inside of a minute as Nebraska loses again and falls to 3-8. Man, Nebraska did so many things right, like I said, on defense today. They hemmed Wisconsin in. Granted, Wisconsin had 235 yards rushing, but it took them more than 50 carries to get there. They worked really, really hard to stop those big runs. They were successful in that way. Wisconsin shot itself in the foot. This is a bad Wisconsin team. They weren't very good. They clinched the bowl today, but I'd be surprised if they beat Minnesota. Nebraska harassed Mertz enough to force an interception and some other mistakes, but at the end of the day, this offense, Nebraska's offense, had 171 yards, even with Casey Thompson. Now, granted, it's cold, it's windy, it's a gale force wind out of the northwest today, sweeping across the stadium, but man, Nebraska's offense has very, very little creativity. They can't run the ball with a running back. Anthony Grant today didn't run well. He's running all over the field, trying to evade defenders, getting caught up for losses. Very little creativity. The pass game wasn't very good either. Nebraska's offense needed a total reboot. Offensive coordinator Mark Whipple went up in the box. That didn't help. The play calling today wasn't very good. Nebraska only had 46 plays. They're moving too fast at times. It's hard to say exactly what was going on, but yet again today, the opponent holds the ball for 37 minutes. Nebraska had it for 23 minutes. The Huskers just can't hold on to the ball. Their offense is simply not good enough. And as a result, they fall short pretty consistently. You're going to have to see a complete overhaul in the offseason, especially the offensive line. They couldn't block Wisconsin for squat today. The Huskers had 65 rushing yards, but I'm going to guess about 30 of that was on Casey Thompson scrambles. At the end of the day, Nebraska had that 14-3 lead. They relent late. Nebraska's defense did everything it could. They even fought on that final drive. It took Mertz until 3rd and goal to score, and then Nebraska had no particular answer. Now we move on to the final game against Iowa. We go to Black Friday. The Huskers could win that game. I mean, Iowa's offense isn't any better than Wisconsin's. But at the end of the day, what you want to see from the Huskers is a coach. You need somebody to come in here and overhaul what they're doing on offense, reinstall the defense in a way that creates negative plays, more negative plays. So many different things that have to be done. The special teams was pretty good today with Brian Buschini, so you tip your cap to him. But man, Nebraska just needs to turn the page. And I thought maybe today they could get a win that took them into the offseason and said, hey, here it is. Here's proof positive. But again, it was just another one-score loss and another loss to Wisconsin. My sense is that's exactly what will happen at Iowa. Another one-score loss and another loss to Iowa. What this team needs is a different story and to change the page. I told my wife I'm not going to shave this until Nebraska gets a new coach. She wants me to, but I'm not going to. I don't think I'm going to have to keep it for a lot longer, though. Maybe a week before I can trim it. It's starting to itch. Nebraska needs a coach. Maybe we get it this week. My hunch is we get it after Black Friday, after Nebraska plays Iowa, and after that game probably turns out like this one. Maybe I'll be wrong. I thought I'd be wrong today, but the Huskers fall short by 1 to Wisconsin. I'm Sam McKewon for the Omaha World-Herald and HuskerExtra.com.